Today we would be in conversation with one of our own alumni from JSPM's Rajarshi Shahu College of Engineering, Mr. Krishna Kanhaiya. He has completed his HSC from Army Public School, Pune, his 12th standard, that is SSC, from Army Public School, Dhaula Pond, New Delhi.
Right.
And he has completed his graduation in Information Technology from our own college, that is JSPM Rajarshi Shahu College of Engineering, and he was a batch pass out of 2012. Later, he went for his post-graduation in Conestoga College, and he went through a certification course and passed out with a first-class distinction in his semesters that were concerned. His experience involves his technical support engineer in one of the companies with analyst in Nitor Infotech, and he was also in IT operations in Elite Reality Point. Plus, he has also worked with BlackBerry Corporation as a software developer, and in over 2017, he has worked as a software developer at Dimensional Strategies permanent full-time. Plus his accomplishments involved, he has done different courses in diploma in software engineering. Plus he has also been awarded by Conestoga College in 2017 as Dean Honor List. His publications involved, he has got a publication over embedded platform for 3G mobile control surveillance. Plus he has passed certain scores. His influences involve Satya Nadella and Jeff Weiner. Welcome, sir.
Hello everyone.
All right, so we'll get to this conversation, which is more of a junior senior talk conversation. Let's get out of the formal zone and let's make it a talk where a senior is here to talk with all the juniors, I being the representative here.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with the journey. Let's start about your schooling. How was your schooling? How was you as a kid? Studious, average, below average? How was it, sir?
So, actually, talking about my schooling, I have done schooling from different cities, as you can see from my LinkedIn profile, since my father was in army. So, along with moving from different school in different cities, you always tend, have to adjust to new environment and new people and new friends. So, along with those difficulties, I was sometimes I was good, on the top 5 list, but
Right.
sometimes I was around the average,
Right. Right.
average student. Yeah, I was not so brilliant, but yeah,
Mhm.
it was all good till 10th and 12th.
Mhm.
Yeah, and after that, yeah, but at Rajarshi Shahu College, that was also good. Initially, the first year was a bit difficult with all the subjects, mechanics especially, and engineering graphics. So
Right.
after that, I slowly progressed, and yeah, my results finally went on the last year. It was distinction. Yeah.
Right. Right. So all right, let's
Mm,
get to your academics part. How good were
mm.
you in your academics? And especially since you are from IT, how good were you with your technical skills?
So initially, first year it was difficult.
Mhm.
So getting you have all the subjects, in our times we had all the subjects from civil, mechanical, and everything in just 2 semesters. So it was difficult there, and slowly and gradually, with the help of teachers and the way people they are teaching it JSPM, I
Mhm.
I l- I progressed and ultimately went on from a backlog to a distinction person. So that was how I managed.
Yes, and I think JSPM is more of a school than a college
Yeah,
where
that's
it's mandatory,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. And I think it is good somewhere, you kind of don't lose that discipline because many of the
Mhm.
students say that, this is like a school. Why don't we get, those leaves or free attendance that you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
But I think I personally feel that it gets me to a timeline where I can develop and yet
Yeah.
so many things. Right, right, right. Okay, and as far as technical skills in the sense coding is concerned, because that is something that everybody wants to know. That is this person sitting, how good was he on the scale of 1 to 10?
So coding skill, I would say I was around 7 to 8, not 9 or 10.
Right, right.
And regarding the academics, like it in the last, so like third year and fourth year, I was so good, like
Mm.
not people, like I would say classmates would come and like ask questions regarding some of the subjects, not every subjects.
That is
And
cool.
yeah, yeah, so there were few things, because like the point is, some of the people were coming from like they were directly getting admission from the diploma, like lateral entry thing. So like those people face issues in some of the subjects. So and like we were from like 11 12 and all, going through all those, so we were good at those things. So we were helping with those subjects, and they were helping with some of the subjects which they studied in diploma and we missed it. So
Right.
that's how it was going on in that technical skill. Yeah.
So getting into information technology, was it always in the mind that be engineering करनी तो this is what I should always do?
Yeah, that was like either I would have chosen computer science or information technology. That was the thing. Like
Right.
at that point, it was supposed to be like top rated branches of
Okay.
engineering.
Yes,
Yeah,
that were the most hyped branches then,
yeah,
2010, right?
yeah, 10 and 12. Yeah.
8, 10, right? Right.
ENTC was one of them, but like I don't personally had affection toward ENTC, so I was going with IT and computer. That's it.
Right. And as far as mechanical and civil is concerned, no
And
alignment there.
no, no alignment.
Right. Your fourth year and coming to the placement factor. So, did you take placement or did you not take a placement?
So I I was not placed through college. This is like the first point. Uh, One of the reason being that the average score of 4 years, mine was not reaching 60%. So I was not eligible for most of the companies. That's being one of the reason. And yeah, so that's why I was not placed through college.
And as far as your post graduation is concerned, that is something that I personally didn't hear before I had a talk with you on a
Mm,
call. So it
okay.
was a certification course in computer applications, right? If I'm not
Right. That's
right.
correct.
So what is it?
Okay. So it is basically a like a 1 year course which is divided into like 3 semester, where 2 semester you are into the classes of both theory and practicals, and on third semester you are going for a co-op, which is like the synonyms of internship. In the classroom they teach you like the latest technologies related to like computer application development, uh, some data science, some database management systems, and all those things. So for us, it was basically they taught us like .NET, then they taught us the SQL, MySQL, then creating Windows application, desktop application, web application. Then there were some data science project, and every subject had a small project, and I would say 8 to 10 assignments throughout the semester, and we had around five of 10 subjects. So they cover up basically all the latest ongoing uh, technologies and trends of IT. So, and the point is, the syllabus which they use is upgraded every year. So it's always something new. So so if I have studied something in this year, it won't be there in the next. That's not 100% sure. It can be there, it cannot be there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's the whole overall structure of the course.
Right. This was not something that I have personally heard of because when you
Yeah,
say I have to postgraduate, it's just like MS in US,
MS.
in Australia,
Yeah,
and this and that. But
yeah.
this was something that I firstly heard. कि अच्छा, we can do a certification course. But then
Mm.
what is the advantage? I mean, if you compare MS and the certification course that you did, as far as the opportunities are concerned and the kind of valuation that it gives you in the market, is it same or it's just a hype that the audience has created?
So like if as per as the Canadian market is concerned, I'm like I won't go into the US market because I have not experienced that. So
Okay.
as per as the Canadian market is concerned, if you have a MS or if you have a postgraduate certificate, it's all the same.
Okay.
You go, both of them go for the same level of interviews for the same type of positions. So,
Okay.
and there is like, I don't think there is like pay parity between any of the courses.
Right.
So, an advantage being here is for my course, it was 8 months classroom, 4 months co-op. So,
Okay.
in a year, you are again into the mainstream industry.
Right. Right.
And for masters, I think you like two years. After 2 years, you are in the mainstream industry. So
Okay.
that's the difference.
As the
Yeah.
general culture is concerned for Canada, or for otherwise the places that you have worked with, the people of Canada, how is it? Did you get that cultural shock that it is totally different? And was that cultural shock in a very positive way or something that really hampered you?
So like there are two things. So cultural shock in the office was not that much because what happens is if I had gone directly for a job,
Hmm.
then it would have been a shock to me. But since I studied there, I was like slowly getting into their like how they live and how they work. So in 1 year I understood, and ultimately when I went to the industry, I was pre-prepared for that. So
Right.
but if I would have been directly dropped into that industry, like like the offshore people from here go, then I would have been in shock, like why are they leaving so early? And what, so if I have to take a leave here, I would always go for a medical reason, like
Okay.
always in India. But there, whatever my issue is, like okay, I have to go to a shop to buy something specific which is available at only that particular time, I could say that and nobody would say no.
Okay.
So that's that's something that's different, and that was a bit of shock to me that w- why are not they lying to people? Is, oh, if I say that they will reject my leave, or they won't, they would say no, you can't go. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And shock for the people who go directly into the industry,
Mhm.
and what people who study, because while studying also I was working part time, right? So that was slowly getting into like every day into our my own culture, and I was also molding into that frame and getting settled.
Right. So, when I say cultural shock, I wanted to ask if people are open, or if people ask you to just morph into their own culture and lose your individuality, because that is not something that everybody can do. Because I personally can't lose my individuality or the base that I have, the cultural base that I have. If I have to be cultural to this one sense that I have to celebrate my own function festival, I'll do that. But is it that Canada
Yeah,
is open to such thing?
you don't have like start holiday for our festivals, that's first thing. So but that's not a problem which I see, because for like I have personally celebrated Diwali, Holi, like these two major festival in our offices with like only 3 to 5% of people being Indian and rest of the other from other parts of the world. So, and they are like very much like welcoming to these festival and this cultural activity, because Canada as a whole is a country with people from every part of the world. It's being built by every people coming from Afghanistan, Brazil, Argentina, everyone. So everyone try like wants to know about the culture and festival of other countries. So
Yeah.
they are very much welcoming about all these things. It's just that they don't know, so don't hesitate to tell them that this is how it is and this is how it's celebrated, or this is how it should be done.
Right, right.
So
Right. And as far as your certification course is concerned, since I had already said that I didn't know about that, and so many of the audience would not know about that. So, how do you apply to that certification course?
Okay, so for that certification course, I think there is like every province in Canada has their own site where you can go and search for the certification course. They
Okay.
have accredited colleges,
Mhm.
and if then you apply get, every college has a bit of different process, but basically the process is like you go to their website, fill in the form, submit the form. Then if it is accepted, then they will ask you to send all the documents to them. You send the documents to them, and once you get the admission, then you pay like you get the acceptance letter, then you pay the fees, then you apply for visa, and then you go.
Right.
That's one thing. And one difference there is like they want each student to put in like 10 for at our time it was $10,000
Okay.
in what they call as GIC account,
Okay.
which is like the expenditure of the student for the next 1 year.
Okay.
So that $10,000 will be deposited in the account, and it will be credited into our own personal, like students personal account,
Right.
every month, so you can use that money to stay there, eat food, like
Right.
foods, lodging, and everything. So
Right.
that's the basic flow of admissions.
Right. Right. And when I say the process, was there any exam for this? Like for MS, you have like GR,
Mm,
the General Record Exam.
yeah, sorry, so I think I missed that point. So IELTS, academics IELTS is mandatory.
Right.
Yeah, without that no one is going to
Which
accept.
is an
And
English proficiency test.
yeah,
Right.
that's the only test which you need to appear for.
Okay. The score would determine what university you would be selected with. But here you said that you just have to apply and fill the application, and the applications get accepted. So, on what basis are the applications getting accepted?
Yes, so so here also each and every college has like their particular ranking where they they accept people with X marks in IELTS. So suppose there is a good college, so I think they will be accepting only like 7 or to 7.5 and above people in IELTS. Like how
Right. Right.
then then there will be like new colleges or like low rank colleges. They would even accept 6 or 6.5. So
Right.
it all depends on like college to college basis.
But when we say we are applying for a technical course, and IELTS is just a non-technical thing. It's just a medium checker. How good are you
Yeah.
with the medium called as English? So don't you think that the person who is good at English may get selected by high universities, and the person who is good at his technical but not so good at clearing IELTS gets the, like, how does that valuation take place?
So like regarding that, I would say that can happen, and that I think that happens. But
Right.
yeah, till now I have seen only that particular exam as a mandatory exam, and
Okay.
nothing, no technical exam is needed for getting admission into like postgraduate certificate programs.
All right. And when GR is concerned, you have to like write down LOR, that is a letter of recommendation, and SOP, which is a statement of purpose. And you have to attach your CV, resume, whatever positions you were into. So the application, as far as your course was concerned, what was there in your application?
So in my application, so uh, every college, or I would say every province has a different criteria for those things.
Right,
So on like I was in Ontario, so in Ontario you need LORs and SOPs,
right.
so that's in there. But I think in British Columbia or they don't need it. So it
Mhm,
all depends from province to province. What is the process and where you are applying?
mhm, mhm.
And
Okay.
other documents are like your passport, your 10th certificate, 12th certificate, all your like semester mark sheet. And yeah, sorry, I missed one more point. So there is one more thing called as WES evaluation, World
Okay.
Education Service evaluation, where you get your degree evaluated from that particular organization, which is just evaluation of all your degrees, saying that X degree from India is equivalent to X degree in Canada. So that evaluation needs to be done for admissions.
Okay. Okay. So
And
does
that's
that
all.
help
That's all
with,
like a online process. You submit your documents, they evaluate, and within 15 days, you get the report, and you need to submit it when you're getting the admissions.
so does that evaluation from WES is just for to see if he or she has been passing with that degree from an accredited university, or
Yeah.
it stands out for the valuation part also?
So what's the actual process is I submit the application to WS,
Right.
and I along with that, I am from Pune University. So what
Right.
I will do is I would send one part of the application to WS. I would send second
Okay.
part of the application to Pune University. N-
Okay.
So after doing this, I don't have to do anything. Those two like organization will connect and see if my all the documents are authentic, or if anything is wrong. If anything is wrong, the WS people will revert back and ask for something more. If everything is correct, then they will just send the report that yeah, he has passed this degree, which is equal to this degree in Canada with this marks, which is equal to this marks in Canada. So that's it.
Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank
giving
you.
out your time. And we at SP&IR, JSPM Rajarshi Shahu College of Engineering wish you all the best for the endeavors to
Thank
achieve for you in your life. Thank you so much for connecting with us, giving out your time. And if you have anything to say to the audience that will be watching us on YouTube later.
you. First, I would thank you for hosting me, and really the college is taking steps to make our studies good and everything. And I would say to all the students, all the best for your future. And if you want to do something, just go for it, because if it is not correct, and if you don't try, you will regret it in your life. That's it.
Don't keep that what if,
What?
scenario. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you.